The boardroom was buzzing like a hornet's nest. Screens flickered, alarms beeped, and the CEO, usually calm, composed, and untouchable, was pacing in sheer panic. Millions of dollars in deals were on the line, and the company's entire network had just gone down during a critical presentation. "Call IT! Call anyone!" she barked, her voice rising. Executives exchanged nervous glances, their phones glued to their ears, but the tech team was stuck in traffic. Time was slipping away, and with every passing second, the CEO felt her empire crumbling. In the corner, unnoticed as always, the janitor mopped the marble floor quietly. His uniform was faded, his hands rough, but his eyes were calm. By his side, his teenage daughter clutched a worn backpack, waiting for her dad to finish so they could walk home together. She watched the chaos unfold with wide, curious eyes. "Dad," she whispered, tugging at his sleeve. "I think I know what's wrong." He hushed her gently. "Not now, sweetheart." But the CEO's sharp ears caught the words. She spun around, desperate. "What did she say?" The room fell silent. Executives sneered, some even chuckled. "She's just a kid," one muttered. Yet the girl stepped forward, her voice steady despite the stares. "I can fix it." And in that moment, the fate of the company rested not on the CEO, not on the executives, but on the janitor's daughter. The room erupted in whispers. A few executives laughed outright. "Ridiculous. A janitor's daughter?" someone scoffed. The CEO, though desperate, hesitated. She had built her reputation on perfection, and this was no time for games. But then she caught the girl's eyes, steady, intelligent, filled with quiet confidence. Something about her gaze felt different. "All right," the CEO said sharply. "Prove it." The girl dropped her backpack onto the conference table and pulled out a small laptop, stickers covering the surface. She moved quickly, her fingers flying across the keys. Executives leaned closer, some rolling their eyes, others intrigued despite themselves. "Dad taught me to problem solve," she explained softly while typing. "But I taught myself coding." Within minutes, she had connected into the failing system, identifying the error faster than the company's ID team had ever managed. "Your servers are overloaded because of a patch that wasn't installed," she said confidently. "I can reroute it." Her small hands worked with precision. Screens that had been black began to light up again. Graphs reappeared. The red error messages disappeared, replaced by smooth-running dashboards. The CEO froze, her jaw slack. It's working!" Gasps filled the room. Executives who had mocked her now leaned in with stunned expressions. The chaos melted into silence, broken only by the hum of the restored system. The girl leaned back, wiping her brow. "There. It's stable now." Her father stood beside her, torn between pride and disbelief. And for the first time in the company's history, the most powerful person in the room wasn't the CEO. It was a janitor's daughter with a backpack full of dreams. The CEO blinked, still staring at the glowing screen as if it were magic. Around her, executives scrambled to whisper excuses, but none of them mattered now. She turned slowly toward the girl. Who taught you to do that?" The teenager smiled shyly. "Mostly myself. My dad showed me how to fix things when they break, but I like solving puzzles. Computers are just bigger puzzles." Her father shifted uncomfortably, gripping his mop handle. "She's just being modest," he murmured. "She's been tinkering with computers since she was little. Built one out of spare parts last summer." The CEO's lips parted in surprise. "Spare parts?" The girl nodded. "We couldn't afford a new one, so I learned to make do." A hush fell over the room. The executives, who had spent fortunes on the best schools for their children, suddenly looked very small compared to this teenager who had just saved their company. The CEO stepped closer, lowering her voice. "Do you realize what you just did? You saved millions of dollars, and probably my career." The girl's cheeks flushed. "I just wanted to help." For a long moment, the CEO said nothing. Then, with a rare softness in her voice, she asked, "What's your name?" The girl lifted her chin, unafraid now. Sophia. Sophia. The CEO repeated, almost tasting the name. She turned to the board. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we owe this young woman more than just thanks. And in that moment, the janitor's daughter went from invisible to unforgettable. The executives shifted uncomfortably in their chairs, unsure of what the CEO meant. A janitor's daughter wasn't supposed to be at the center of a boardroom discussion, let alone the solution to a corporate crisis. But the CEO stepped forward, her heels clicking against the marble floor. She looked directly at Sophia, her expression soft yet commanding. Sophia, she said firmly, how would you like to intern here? Not someday, starting now. The room erupted. What? She's a child, one executive protested. She doesn't have credentials, another argued. The CEO raised a hand, silencing them all. Credentials? She just did what none of you, nor your IT team, could manage in under 15 minutes. Her gaze hardened. If this company overlooks talent because of age or status, then we are the fools. Sophia's eyes widened. Intern? Here? Her father nearly dropped his mop. Ma'am, with all respect, she's just a kid. She's got school responsibilities. His voice cracked with both fear and pride. The CEO turned to him, her tone gentler. And she should also have opportunities. One she clearly deserves. The boardroom was silent again, but this time in awe rather than ridicule. Sophia swallowed hard, glancing at her dad, then back at the CEO. I'd like that. But only if it doesn't mean giving up school. The CEO smiled. Then we'll make sure it doesn't. Education first, this internship second. For the first time that day, the tension melted into applause, not mockery. And standing in that boardroom, the janitor's daughter realized her life had just changed forever. The next morning, Sophia walked into the office not in her father's shadow, but as the newest and youngest intern the company had ever welcomed. A borrowed blazer hung a little too big on her small frame, but the confidence in her step made her look 10 feet tall. At first, some employees whispered, "The janitor's kid? Really?" But those whispers faded the moment Sophia sat down at a desk, opened her laptop, and began solving problems others had left unresolved for weeks. By lunchtime, she wasn't just the janitor's daughter. She was Sophia, the girl who saved the system. Her dad watched from the hallway, tears brimming in his tired eyes. For years he had scrubbed floors, believing his sacrifices might someday give his daughter a chance. He never expected that chance to come so soon, or in such a dramatic way. The CEO joined him quietly. "You've done a remarkable job raising her," she said softly. He chuckled nervously, wiping his eyes. "She's always been smarter than me. I just kept the lights on." The CEO shook her head. "No. You gave her resilience, humility, and strength. That's more valuable than any degree." When the day ended, Sophia ran to her father, hugging him tightly. "Dad, this is just the beginning." He smiled, holding her close. "And I'll be right here for every step." The boardroom had once mocked a janitor's presence, but now, the entire company saw the truth. Greatness can come from anywhere, even from the daughter of a man who quietly cleaned their halls. And in that moment, everyone understood, talent has no rank, no title, and no boundaries.